how's it going? Welcome to this morning practice on getting yourself energized for the day. In today's practice, we're going to focus on the hamstrings and twists. In this way, we can open up through the back line of the body, those places that build up a little bit of tension from being in different positions, sleeping during the night, and also twisting to help sort of engage all the muscles around the torso, get the spine nice and limber, and get you nice and energized for the day. So you won't need any props for this practice, just your mat. So go ahead and grab that and let's get started. So let's come into a child's pose to begin with. So taking your knees as wide as the mat or a little bit narrower, sinking the hips down and back towards your heels, big toes touch, allow your hands to extend and slide forward. Allow your forehead to gently rest onto the earth, feel that connection point between your head and the ground. Just start to come into the felt sensation of the breath as it moves in and out of your body. Allowing yourself to slow down before you start the busyness of your day. Allowing yourself to come into connection with the body and the breath. And to feel that unity between body, breath, and mind. Deep breath into the lower part of your belly so that you feel a sense of the expansion of the breath through the whole torso. Maybe even feeling a sense that you're drawing breath into every cell in your body. On your next inhale, slowly start to rise up into a tabletop shape, coming to hands and knees. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders, or a little bit more out in front. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Feel a nice sense of connection down through the finger pads, through the heel of the hand. Almost like you're creating a little suction cup through the palm of your hand. You feel nice and stable. Take a little in-breath to lift the tailbone, draw the belly towards the ground, draw the chest forward and through, opening up. And as you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, around through the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back. Gently press your hips forward towards your armpits to feel that little firming of the lower abdomen. Inhale, lift tailbone, draw belly down, draw chest forward and through. Exhale to round. We'll do a couple of those, just moving in the pace and rhythm of your own breath. Opening up through the spine, feeling into any of those little sticky points. Allowing yourself to really move with a kind of intuitive sense. So where do you need to spend more time? Maybe really accentuating that lengthening of the spine. Or maybe taking a little pause in that deep kind of back bend. Connecting the breath with the movement if that feels right. And then finding your way to a neutral place. Give yourself a little wiggle if that feels good, just to loosen up. No sense of rigidity or tension. Good, and then tuck your toes under, sink the hips back towards the heels. Allow the shoulders to relax away from the ears so you feel a sense of the neck being long. Then lift your knees just a little bit above the ground so there's a little bit of float. Even weight through your hands and through your feet as you send the hips high, back and up into your downward dog. From here, feel free to just pedal out through the backs of the legs, lifting and lowering one heel and then the other. Stretching through those calf muscles, maybe a little bit into the hamstrings. Good, and then take a deep bend into your left knee as you draw the right heel closer down and back towards the ground. It may not be touching, it's okay if it's slightly hovering above. And then see if you can slightly lean into your right outer hip. So you feel maybe a little bit of stretch into and around the outer hip bone. And then take an inhale, come back through, draw your left heel down towards the earth as you bend into your right knee deeply. And then see if you can lean, pressing over into that outer left hip. Breathing here. See if you can press evenly through the hands. It's almost like you're pressing the ground away as you lean into that left side. Take another inhale, come back through center. Drop your right heel to the ground, bend deeply into your left knee, and then point that left knee over to the right hand side. So you're coming onto your tippy toes. Your heel of your left foot is reaching towards the left, and then you could lean a little bit more, pressing away and back into that right outer hip again. Taking a breath here. Inhale, come back through to center. Deep bend into your right. Point that right knee across and over to the left as you lean over into that left side, stretching through the whole left side of the body. Opening through side channel. Inhale, come back through to center, and then we'll take a nice walk up through to the top of the mat. You might need to come onto your fingertips at some points. Take a nice deep bend into your knee so you can bring your chest right onto your thighs. So that might look a little bit more bendy even through your knees than you think. And then take hold of opposite elbows with opposite hands and just take a nice soft sway from side to side, feeling the movement through one foot and then the other. Feeling a sense of the head being really nice and heavy and the neck being relaxed. The face is soft. And then gently release the hands, press down through the feet as you slow rise all the way up through. Take the arms wide and up. Maybe look towards the thumbs as you press down through the feet. And exhale, take the hands out in front. Elbows slightly lifting, thumbs come in towards your breastbone. Relax the shoulders down the back. Lift through the base of the back of the skull. Breathe into the belly. Take another breath in, lift the arms up. Look towards the thumbs. Exhale, fold forward. Chest to thighs, bend the knees as much as you need to come down and forward. Take a little breath in to come halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, soften the midribs up and in. Exhale the hands to the ground. Step back into your downward facing dog. Adjust as you need. Maybe you need to get a little bit longer. Sending the sitting bones high. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Take your right leg into the air, just about hip height. Reaching through the heel like you're extending it back towards that wall behind. And then exhale, step that right foot forward and through in between the hands. Take your left knee to the earth. Press down through the ball edge of your right toes. You take an in-breath to come all the way up. Stabilize. Grounding through the outer edge of your right hip so it drops down and becomes level with your left. Reach through the arms. And then exhale, sink a little bit deeper into that front knee so you feel a little bit of stretch through the front of your left thigh. And then press through the right foot to lift all the way up and back. Take the hands to the earth. We're going to walk the hands back towards you. Come onto the heel of your right foot. Flex the toes towards you. Sometimes it could feel nice to take your right foot a little bit more central, so it's coming straight out in front of your hip, or keep it a little bit wider. See what feels nice. Take a breath in, find length through the spine, then exhale, you might fold a little bit deeper, feeling into that hamstring, reaching through the crown of the head. Try to keep the hips nice and level so that right hip is drawing back. The left hip might feel like it's drawing slightly forward. One more breath. And then place that right foot all the way down, coming forward with the hands. Tuck your back toes under, lift the back knee away from the ground, and then walk your right hand to the inside of your right foot as you pivot around to face the long edge of your mat. Toes facing forward, heels gripping in, toes pressing out. Take a little in-breath, lift and lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold forward. Keep the elbows hugging in as the crown of the head reaches towards the earth. Sitting bones high. Take a little in-breath once again. Lift up halfway, reaching through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold forward. Elbows hug in. Lean the weight slightly forward into your toes. Inhale, come halfway up. We'll walk all the way back around, pivoting the toes around. Step back. Take yourself back into your downward facing dog. Relax the shoulders, get nice and long through the spine. Then take your left leg halfway up. Lift and lengthen, reach through the heel. Exhale, step it forward and through, lightly land. Right knee to the earth, press down through the ball edge of your left toe to inhale, rise. Grounding through that outer left hip, leveling the hips out, reaching through the fingertips. Sides of the body getting long. Exhale, sink a little deeper, reaching that front knee a little bit beyond the ankle. Feel that little stretch in the front of your right hip flexor. Press through the foot, come back up through to neutral. Hands come to the earth. Walk the fingertips back. Come onto the heel of your left foot. Again, check. Does it feel better to take the foot a little bit more central or to keep it wide? Take a breath in, find length. Exhale, fold forward. Just wherever you come to, wherever you find that little bit of stretch, a little bit of juiciness there through that muscle. Not overstretching. Just finding a workable place to be with that sensation. Relaxing the shoulders. Good. And then gently walking the hands forward, placing the foot down. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee up. Swivel around, facing the long edge of your mat. Take a breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, elbows hug in. Crown of the head comes towards the ground. Inhale, lift, halfway up. Keep squeezing in through your heels and pressing out through the toes. With this mat, you can actually see the mat getting stretched. Exhale, fold. Coming all the way down, wherever it feels right. Lean the weight forward into the toes. Inhale, halfway lift. And then walk yourself all the way back and around towards the front of your mat. Step back. Reaching through the sitting bones. Length through the spine. Take a little inhale, come forward. Take yourself into that plank shape. Reach through the crown of the head. Send the heels back towards the wall behind. Lift away from the ground through the lower body, the lower portion of your body, the front of your body even. And lift through the back of the body. And then exhale, knees to the ground. Shift the weight slightly forward. Bend the elbows. Take the chest and the chin to the earth. And then slide forward. Little lift. Shoulders down and back. Hips pressing forward and down. Relax the baby toes. Exhale, come down. Press into the earth. Come all the way back through. Toes touch. Knees wide, forehead to the earth. Walk the hands in towards you. So you come to seated, and we're going to sit over onto the, whichever hip is comfortable. Spin the legs around. So you come to take your legs out in front. Bend the knees quite generously, so you can take your chest onto your thighs. Take hold of the outer edges of your feet. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen through the spine. Then exhale, fold forward a little bit deeper as you inch your heels forward. Send the sitting bones forward towards the heels as you draw the heels back towards you. There's a lot of energy through the legs. Then whenever you find that place that feels like a little bit of workable stretch, allow the forehead to soften towards the shins. Take a deep breath into your belly. And a calm breath out. See if that helps you to soften and release. And then gently lift the gaze towards your toes. Relax the shoulders away from your ears as you come all the way up. Good. Bring your right knee in towards you. Hug it in towards you. Stay nice and active through your left foot. Take your right foot across and over the opposite side of your left leg. Hug the knee in, sit up nice and tall, feel the spine lift and lengthen. And then wrap your left arm around that right knee, twist, belly, ribs, chest, and shoulders. Take your fingertips around behind of your right hand, lift and lengthen through the spine. You could look over your right shoulder. Feel as though you're pressing down through the sitting bones to lift tall through the spine, like you're spiraling upwards, like that beautiful tree just beside me. Good. Exhale, gently release, come back through to center. And just undo the crossing of the legs if you feel like you need to give them a little shake out, do. Rotations through the ankles can be nice. Bring your left knee in towards you, hug it in nice and close, sit up nice and tall so you already feel that lift and lengthening action coming through the spine. And then gently take that left foot across and over. Take your right arm, wrap it around, sit up nice and tall, feel that twist. Initiate from your belly, then your ribs, then your chest, then your shoulders. Stay nice and active through your right foot. Lift through and from the sitting bones so you're getting a little bit taller. As you breathe into your ribs, maybe looking over that left shoulder. Good. Gently start to come back through to center. Belly, ribs, chest, and then shoulders. Gently undo the crossing of the legs. You can extend that left leg forward again. And then come onto the soles of both feet. Make sure there's enough mat behind you. I'm going to move a little bit further forward. We're going to reach forward through the arms and slow lower down to the back. Go as slow as you can. Maybe slower than I'm going even. Just building that core control. Good. Okay, from there, bring your right knee in towards you, hug it in. And then gently extend that right leg all the way up. Flex the toes towards you, like you're pressing up through the heel and trying to bring your toes closer to your face. Then you could take the hands around the thigh, hug it in a little bit closer, and then see if you could slowly start to slide your left leg away. Stay onto the heel of your left foot, toes flexed, almost like you're trying to stand on that left foot as well, like the sole of the foot is on the ground. Take a couple of breaths here, relax your shoulders. Breathe into the belly. Good, and then gently bend your right knee. Take the knee over into your left hand, and then scoot your hips slightly to the right. So that's just going to keep that nice curvature through your spine. Take your right knee all the way across. You could extend your right arm. If your shoulder is slightly lifted, you might like to bend your arm or take it onto your body. Looking towards that right hand side. Deep breaths into the belly. Gently bring your head back through to center. Take your knee over and across. Just take a moment to extend up through that leg. And just feel into the side of the body. It's always nice to take a little pause in between twists. Okay, then gently bend both knees up once again. Bring your left knee in towards you, hug it in. And then gently start to extend it all the way up. Flexing the toes towards you, reaching up through the heel. Relax the shoulders. Calm breath into your belly. Try to keep both sort of backs of the hips evenly placed on the ground so you're not lifting the sitting bones. And then extend through your right leg. Toes flexing upwards, pressing through that foot like you're reaching it away. You can even feel as though you're slightly reaching your left sitting bone forward towards the end of your mat. Bringing it a little bit closer, breathing into the sensation. Good, then gently bend your left knee. Scoot your hips over to the left side as much as you can, and then take your left knee across. You could extend out through the arm. You could take that little bend in the arm if that feels available, if your shoulder is coming nice and close to the ground. You could even take the hand onto the side of the body if that feels nicer. Close the eyes as you really imagine breathing into the ribs, all those muscles, respiration. They're gently getting a little twist. And then nice and gently start to derotate back through to center. Adjust your hips. Maybe take that little moment of pause. Breathing into the belly. Good. Gently bend your knees up once again. We're going to take a bridge. So bring your feet about hip distance apart. Feet are tickling distance away from your fingertips. Palms can be down for this first one. We'll take 3 variations. Press down through the feet. Feel the tailbone lifting up and pressing forward in the direction of the wall in front of you. Reach through the knees and then feel the weight as well. Shift back towards your shoulders here. Back of the neck is long. Lift a little bit more through the hip points as you continue to reach forward through the knees. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another. Press the outer heels outwards. And then exhale, gently release. All the way back down. Okay, variation 2, same setup. Press down through the feet, lift the hips. This time walk the shoulder blades a little closer in towards one another as you interlace the fingers under the body. If you find it quite easy to interlace the fingers, you might see if you could bring the heel of the hands to touch. Same principles, reaching through the knees. Weight slightly shifts back into the shoulders. One more breath. Gently release the interlace of the arms and slowly take yourself all the way back down to the earth. Breathe into the belly, relax the muscles. So you can repeat any one of those 2 that we've just done again here, or if you like, press down through the feet, lift the hips, take the elbow onto the ground and the palm facing up, and you're going to scoot the heel of the hands underneath the sacrum. So you kind of use it as a support, as a block almost. And then allow your weight to drop into the heel of the hand. So your sacrum gets a little release here. Deep breaths into the belly. You can also do this with a block. And then when you're ready, lift the hips above the hands so you can slide them gently up. And then lower all the way back and down. Extend the arms up. If you're doing this variation or any other, you can extend the arms, make little fists, little rotations through the hands and the wrists. Just to release any tension. Good. Bring the knees in towards you. Wrap your arms around them. Bring your forehead towards your knees. Roll yourself into a little bowl. And then gently we'll release. You might prefer to stay with the soles of the feet on the ground. Or you might like to extend the legs long. Adjust your shoulders, your hips. We'll stay here for a few rounds of breath. Feeling into the body. Noticing how those shapes, these yoga asana, have this powerful effect on the body, the musculature, the connective tissue, and the power of presence, feeling connected and really in tune with your body. So that you feel energized throughout your day. Okay, gently start to find a little bit of movement. A stretch might be nice. Gently allow yourself to roll over onto your side. Take a little time there before gently pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat, where we'll finish our practice together. Take one hand onto your heart and the other hand onto your belly. Tapping back into that connection. Those deep energy resources of your own body. And we'll take the palms to touch, bowing forward as a symbol of gratitude and honor that we offer inwards and outwards towards one another. Namaste.